All right, Shabbat Shalom, Yasharala. My name is Deacon Ibot, a.k.a.
I'm Brother Gabar, a.k.a. Elder Gabar, located here in California, Los Angeles, California. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer right now. I pray that everybody having a beautiful Shabbat day. Go ahead, Ak. You want to say the Lord's Prayer?
Yes. Face the east. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. AHAYAH. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
So be it. And that's going to be the title of our lesson, the Lord's Prayer. I did this lesson maybe like 2 years ago or so. We're going to try to give you understanding on the Lord's Prayer. A lot of brothers and sisters say the Lord's Prayer pretty much every day. At least I do. Before I go to lay my head down, I say the Lord's Prayer. Now we got to get some understanding on what we're saying when we say the Lord's Prayer. This is why Christ, which the world called Jesus Christ, told us to say the Lord's Prayer. So I pray that my brothers and sisters get some understanding on this lesson today. So when you do say the Lord's Prayer, you understand what you are saying. So our first scripture tonight is going to be in Matthew chapter 6, verses 5. We're going with 5 through 13. Go ahead, brother.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues.
Right, so they say the hypocrites love praying in the synagogues. We see this every day. You see people on the corners, they always praying. They love to just pray. You know what I'm saying? For no reason at all. Just why? Because they want people to see them. Go ahead.
And in the corners of the streets.
In the corner of the streets. We see that at wherever you at in America. Okay, you see brothers and sisters on the corner praying. Why? Because they want people to, oh, look at them. They holy. Oh, they just righteous people. But it's not the way the Most High told us to do so. Go ahead.
That they may be seen of men.
That's the only way they want to be seen of is men. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
They got their reward. Their reward is that pat on the back. Oh, man, he's a Christian. Oh, he's a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? He's a righteous brother. They got their reward. Let's see how the Most High told us to pray. Go ahead.
Verse
6.
Verse 6. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into the closet.
What? Not your literary closet. You can go into your closet, but he's saying, what's the closet? No one can see you. You know, do things in secret. Go in your room by yourself. You don't need that pat on the back. Go ahead.
And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret. And thy Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly.
Right, and that's what it is. It's all security. So the Father going to open you openly due to the fact that, hey, you doing everything according to the Bible. You're not looking for admiration from man to give you the pat on the back, to call you elder, to call you deacon, to call you like, man, that brother is holy. Nah, if you're looking for that, the scriptures say that you what? You got your reward. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathens do.
Like the Catholic Church. Go and say 15 Hail Marys. And also you got a lot of Hebrews that do the same thing. I've been to some Hebrew classes, man. The prayer's like, man, bro, come on, bro. You keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. Don't use vain repetition. The Most High hear you the first time. Read.
For they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him.
Like the Bible tell you, who knows our heart? The Most High knows what we need. We got need of. A lot of people, you don't need those long, drawn-out prayers like you are holy as thou. Just say your prayer and get it over with. The Most High already know what you need. But the Bible say pray without ceasing. You always pray, but you ain't got to do our prayer. How much you got to say? The Most High knows. Read.
Verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye.
This is after this manner. Now he's giving instruction on how to pray. After this manner, this is how you pray. Read.
Our Father, which art in heaven.
He said, Our Father, which art in heaven, AHAYAH. Go ahead.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name. And say, hallowed be thy name. Now let's look up. We say AHAYAH here at the gathering of the elect. We say AHAYAH. You might say another name. That's why I don't trip on names. Okay, let's see what the word name means. You say, hallowed be thy name. Read that, brother.
Strong's G3686. From a presumed derivative of the base G1097. Compare G3685. A name.
A name. Hallowed be thy name. Go ahead.
Literally or figuratively. Authority.
So the name can go for authority. Go ahead.
Character.
And his character. So hallowed be his character. Not so much AHAYAH. Yeah, you can say AHAYAH. Like our brothers and sisters during Christ's time, they knew his name. But guess what? If they wasn't walking in the character of Christ, don't make no difference what name you was calling on. So it say, read that again, verse 9.
Verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name. So hallowed be his character. Because Christ walked in the character of his Father, the Most High, and we're supposed to walk in the character of the Most High like Christ did. In other words, doing what? Keeping his law, statute, and commandments. Read.
Verse 10. Thy kingdom come.
He said, thy kingdom come. This is what we're supposed to pray. We're praying that Christ's kingdom come. Go ahead.
Thy will be done.
That his will be done. What is his will? It's keeping the commandments. Go ahead.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
Just like it is in heaven. Let your will be done here on earth just like it is in heaven. It ain't saying you going to heaven. It's saying let his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. How it is in heaven. It's righteousness. It's peaceful. So that's what we're praying. We're praying that, Father, just let it be peace on this earth, just like it is in your kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Verse 12. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
And that's what a lot of people got a problem with is forgiveness. They say, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. So, like the scripture said, how can I forgive you, brother? How can I not forgive you? And then I go to the Most High and ask the Father, forgive me for my sins, for I have sinned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, I got to forgive Deacon Ibad in order for me to go to my Father and say, Father, forgive me. Read.
Verse 13. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Why he got to deliver us from evil? Because the world is given to the hand of the wicked. He got to deliver us from this evil if we walking in his law, statute, and commandments. Read.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom. Not our kingdom, his kingdom. Go ahead.
And the power. And the glory forever. So be it.
So that is the Lord's Prayer in a nutshell. This is the way we got to operate when we say our prayer. Now, I'm not saying you can't pray for the sick. You can't, but this is the basic prayer right here. Praying the Lord's Prayer. Okay, let's go to Matthew 23 and 1 through 9, brother. We're going to read Matthew chapter 23, and we're going to read down to 1 through 9. Go ahead.
St. Matthew chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake YASHAYA to the multitudes and to his disciples, saying, verse 2, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
And this is what's going on today, brother. The scribes and the Pharisees is what we call our religious leaders today. Some of them call them preachers. Some call them elders. Some call them deacons.
Like Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton and also in
fake dollar.
Right, and also in the Hebrew community, elders and so on and so forth. Read that again, verse 2.
Verse 2, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
In other words, they sit in Moses' seat saying, this is what you supposed to do this. Follow me. I'm Moses. I'm elder. I'm preacher. I'm reverend. I'm this. Whatever name the title they sitting on. But they sitting in the wrong seat. The Most High gave Moses that seat, not us. Read.
Verse 3. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe.
So whatever they tell you to do, observe it. Look, man, okay, what is prepared with the Bible? Talking about your modern day elders and your preachers. Go ahead.
That observe and do.
And observe and do it, as long as they coming out of this script. If they coming out the Bible said, thou shalt not eat pork. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Okay? Observe it. When you observe something, you looking at it. Okay? And do it. But you compare it to the Bible. Go ahead.
But do not ye after their works.
Don't do what they do. Don't do after their works. They're talking about the pastors and stuff. Because you seen pastors out there biting down on some pork. Okay? Or going out on the Sabbath. Don't do. That's in other words, don't follow man. That's pretty much what he's saying. Read that again.
Verse 3. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do.
Go ahead.
But do not ye after their works.
Don't be a follower of man. That's pretty much what he's saying. Go ahead.
For they say and do not.
In other words, they read out this Bible, but they ain't going to do nothing what the Bible say. That's why he told you to observe. Look, check it out. Okay, my pastor, my elder told me to do this. See, can you find it in the script? If you can find the script, do it. But don't be like, oh, my elder said, my deacon said, my pastor said, and you're going to do because my pastor's doing this or my elder's doing this, I'm going to do what they do. No, you're a man pleaser. Read.
Verse 4. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders.
Read that again. I'll take your time.
Verse 4. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders.
Meaning that they give you all these rules and regulations that you're supposed to do. Hey, brother, where your fringes at, brother? Hey, sister, what you got pants on for? And this and that. Hey, brother, you can't turn the lights on the Sabbath day. Hey, brother, you using the microwave, brother. You know, this and that. All these burdens they putting on you. Read.
But they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
They ain't going to do none of this stuff. When they by themselves, they ain't doing none of this stuff. None of it. Why? Because they man pleasers. Are you a man pleaser? So my elder say, I can't turn the microwave on. You know what I'm saying? I can't take a hot shower. Because you should be taking a hot shower if that's the case. Because you're burning the water heater. You kindle a fire. These is heavy burdens on our brothers and sisters. So what the thing is? I don't want to do nothing to do with that truth. Read.
Verse 5. But all their works they do to be seen of men.
Right, they do this to be seen of man. Oh, that's elder this. That's pastor that. Oh, he's a righteous brother. They just doing that to be seen of man. Read.
They make broad their
philosophies,
and enlarge the borders of their garments.
Oh no, they got the philosophy is your what you call it? The fringes. The fringes. They got the long ones, and they broad their borders around their fringes. Like, yeah, man, look at that brother fringes, man. That brother holy as thou. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 6. And love the uttermost rooms.
Uppermost.
Shalaki. Verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms at feast.
At feast. In other words, they sit there like, they sit higher than everybody. Or they sit out in the front. You know what I'm saying? They want to be like seen. In other words. Oh, let's go elder such and such. Oh, look at him. I just got to touch him. You know what I'm saying? I go pastor. You see it in the Sunday churches all the time.
I got to take a picture with him.
I got to take a picture with him. I got to touch Pastor TDJ. You know what I'm saying? I got to touch elder such and such. I just need him to call me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Read that again, brother.
Verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms at feasts. And the chief seats in the synagogue.
Now, this is my seat, brother. Nobody sit here. This is the elder seat. This is the pastor seat. Nobody sit here. The first lady sit there. Mama, this sit there. But this seat right here, this is my seat. I don't care if the man ain't there. Nobody sit in that seat. Oh, that's the pastor seat. That's the elder seat.
They got reserve signs put on there too.
Yeah, don't even his parking. You know what I'm saying? That's his. This is what these Pharisees and Sadducees want. The elders and the deacons and the pastors. Read.
Verse 7. And greetings in the markets.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Hey, that's elder such and such. That's pastor. They love that. Remember, the Bible said they got their reward. Read.
And to be called of men, rabbi.
Don't you call me elder. You call me pastor. You call me reverend. You know what I'm saying? You call me what? Rabbi, which means master. You don't call no man no father or rabbi. What are all these names? They love these higher names. General, this and that, third shield, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? That's what they like. The Bible said don't do that. Read.
Verse 8. But be not ye called rabbi.
Don't be called no master. Go ahead.
For one is your master, even Christ.
That's who you call rabbi. He's the master. Read.
And all ye are brethren.
Read that again. And all ye what?
And all ye are brethren.
All of us are brethren. That's why I said my name is Brother Gabar, a.k.a. Elder. Not Elder Gabar, a.k.a. brother. I'm brother first and elder second. He's brother first and deacon second. But you got people out there say, nah, brother, call me elder. You can't call me by my first name. I need to be elder first, and you guys fill in the blank later. Or bishop first, and then you fill up the blank later. Or general first, and then you fill it. Or pastor or reverend first, and then you fill in the name. No, the Bible says we are brethren. If you don't believe me, try it. Try it. Go to your synagogues or where you're gathering at, or your churches, and you just call him by his first name. You know, hey, brother Steve. Let's call him brother. Oh, my name is Reverend. My name is Pastor. My name is Elder. Nah. Read that again from the top.
Verse 8. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And call no man your father.
Call no man your what?
And call no man your father.
Why? Because you got the Catholic Church call him father this, father that. They ain't talking about like your biological father or your dad. You know what I'm saying? They ain't talking about you holding him up like he's in like reverence. The Pope, like in reverence or something like that. Go ahead. Verse
9. And call no man your father upon the earth. For one is your Father, which is in heaven.
And we call him AHAYAH. Here at the Gathering Elect, we call him AHAYAH. As the Bible tells his name, I am that I am. So we ain't going to call no man, give him that, lift him up on a pedestal. Hey, Father, I have sinned. Or Rabbi, Master, I have sinned. Or Elder, I have sinned. No. You do that to the Most High. That's his character. That's his name. As we read. All right, jump down to verse 13. Jump over to verse 13.
All right. Verse 13. St. Matthew chapter 23, verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes.
It's a destruction. The word woe means destruction, but woe unto you, scribes. Go ahead.
And Pharisees. Hypocrites. For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Right. So you put all this yoke and this burden upon brothers. You shutting up the kingdom of heaven for man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, brother, like we just read, they put all these burdens. Brother, you can't do that. You got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to do that. So what do people do? The people are like, you know what, man? I'm going back to the world, man. Y'all worse than the Christian church. It's just like the Jehovah's Wickedness. They put all these burdens on people. The Catholic Church put all these burdens on the people. And also some of these Hebrew camps. They put all these burdens on people. We are free spirit people. Only body we serve is the Rabbi, which is Christ, and AHAYAH, which is his Father. And we do our best to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. Read that from the top, 13.
Verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
You preachers and elders and so on and so forth.
Hypocrites. For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Go ahead.
For ye neither go in yourselves.
You ain't even getting in. Go ahead.
Neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Right. You suffer the people that want to serve the Most High, but you put all these burdens on them, so they just run back into the world. So you stopping them from getting in. What sense do that make? This is the Lord's Prayer. Okay? This is the Lord's Prayer. Talking about in the name. This is the Lord's Prayer, brothers and sisters. This is what we're reading about. Because they want to be called all these high names. And the only name we need to be calling on is the Most High, which we call AHAYAH, and Christ, YASHAYA, which the world calls Jesus the Christ. I don't care what name you call on. The point is, are you walking in the character of that name? All right, let's keep it moving, man. Let's go to Psalms 111, 7 through 10. And see, this is why our brothers and sisters get all twisted up. They trying to satisfy man and get caught up on this name calling, and their head gets so big. Like I always say, you give a Negro a rope, he think he's a cowboy. Yeah. All right, let's read that out.
The book of Psalms 111, verse 7. The works of his hands are verily
vanity.
Verity.
Yeah,
verity and judgment. All his commandments are sure.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and uprightness.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. He sent redemption unto his people. He hath commanded his covenant forever. Holy and reverent is his name.
Holy and reverence is his name. So all you brothers and sisters out there calling Reverend Pochop, Reverend this, Reverend that. You don't even call a man Reverend if you're a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? Ooh. And you having a debate with a brother, you go, hey, Reverend this. I mean, not to throw shots at my brother Rakah, you know what I'm saying? But he had a debate with this Jesse Peterson. And he kept calling the brother Reverend. Nah, brother, you know this script. Don't give that man no admiration like that. Don't lift him up like that. Until the brother, the spirit got on the brother with the brother told him, like, hey, brother, I'm not a reverend. Just call me Jesse Peterson. It's like after, throughout the debate. I mean, at the end of the debate. So read that again,
Verse 9. He sent redemption unto his people. He hath commanded his covenant forever. Holy and reverent is his name.
Holy and reverence is his name. That's the Most High name. That's another title for his name, which is his character. Read.
Verse 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom.
This is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Most High. Read.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever.
Everybody do his what? His commandments? What's his commandments? That's his character. That is his character right there. So don't get caught up. And we're just dealing with the name right now. We're dealing with the name. His name is a character, and holy and reverence is his name. What's his name? Is what? His character. That's all. That's the only thing what he's saying right here. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy character. Walk in this character of mine. Read. Let's go Leviticus. Leviticus 22 and 31. Read it when you get there.
Leviticus chapter 22, verse 31. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I am the Most High.
Read it again.
Verse 31. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them.
Go ahead.
I am the Most High.
Go ahead.
Verse 32. Neither shall ye profane my holy name.
Do what? Say that again.
Verse 32. Neither shall ye profane my holy name.
What do that mean? Don't profane his holy name. Don't be like messing up. Like it's like I said, people when we was kids, it's like, God damn. Right. No, that's not profaning his name. You're talking about his character. Don't profane my character. Read that again, brother.
Verse 32. Neither shall ye profane my holy name. But I will be hallowed among the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
I am the Most High which hallowed you.
Read.
Verse 33. That brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your power. I am the Most High.
Exactly. So I'm bringing all these scriptures on his name, showing you his character. That's why he said, neither shall you profane my holy name. I was saying, it'll be like, I'm doing this. You committing adultery in Christ's name. Or you killing somebody in Christ's name. No, that's not what it's talking about, because that's not his character. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. All right, let's keep it moving, man. Let's go to John. Call that scripture out, because I can barely see them.
St. John chapter 2. St. John chapter 12. Verse 2. I was looking too.
It's hard for me to say. I don't know, man. My eyes go up and down.
So that's St. John chapter 12.
12, 20.
That's 2.
23. No, St. John chapter 12, 23 to 32. Okay. All right, read it when you get there. St. John chapter 12, 23 to 32.
St. John chapter 12, verse 32.
No, 23. Verse 23 through 32.
All right. St. John chapter 12, verse 23. And YASHAYA answered them, saying, the hour is come, that the Son of Man should be glorified. Verse 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone.
Go ahead.
But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal.
Right. This is keeping his commandments. What's wrong with this thing? What a computer doing that? But go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 26. If any man serve me, let him follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And where I am, there shall also my servant be.
Right. Hey, Salakia. Hey, turn that light off right there, brother. It's like, oh no, I'm sorry. It's this. It's the shade. All right. Salakia, tell us where you at.
All right. St. John chapter 12, verse 26.
Go ahead.
If any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor.
Right. So it's Christ is showing us right here is what? You're serving Christ. You're serving his character. When you serving his character, you serving his what? His name. That's right. Hallowed be thy name. We still on the Lord's Prayer, but we just bringing down the name. So Christ said what? If any man serve me, let him follow me. So follow me. What did Christ do? You went so-called Christian, mean a follower of Christ. So what did he do? He did this. He did this. He did. So we got to follow Christ. That's his character. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Now is my soul troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me. Father, save me from this hour. But for this cause came I unto this hour.
Go ahead.
Verse 28. Father, glorify thy name.
Glorify his what?
Thy name.
Glorify your name. In other words, give me the strength, Father, to walk through this here, to die on this cross. This is why I was born. And that's part of the Most High character. Christ said, I didn't come in my name. I came in my Father's name. His character. So he's saying, now glorify your character. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven, saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundereth. Others said, an angel spake to him.
Go ahead.
Verse 30. YASHAYA answered and said, this voice came not because of me, but for your sakes.
Well, because the people, the Jews always require a sign. Read.
Verse 31. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. Verse 32. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me.
Now how Christ going to draw man unto himself? Or how should we be drawn unto Christ? Is by doing what?
Keeping his commandments.
Walking in his what? His character. In his name. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's St. John 5. Now remember, we still on hallowed be thy name. We still dealing with the name. St. John 5, 15 through 19.
The book of John, chapter 5, verse 15. The man departed and told the Jews that it was YASHAYA, which had made him whole. Verse 16. And therefore did the Jews persecute YASHAYA and sought to slay him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. Right.
So this Christ is healing the man on the Sabbath day. But we still talking about his name and his character. This is the type of thing. It's good to do good on the Shabbat. Read.
Verse 17. But YASHAYA answered them, my Father worketh hitherto, and I work. Verse 18. Therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only
had broken the Sabbath,
but said also that AHAYAH was his father, making it himself equal with AHAYAH.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. Then answered YASHAYA and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself.
Christ cannot do nothing of himself. Christ followed the Most High orders. He walked in the Most High character. He walked in the Most High name. Go ahead.
But what he said the Father do.
What? Wait. What did he say? What I see the Father do? Like he see the Father do something, so he's doing exactly what the Father's doing. In other words, he observing the Father, as we read, observe. We talk about the Pharisees. Observe and do, as long as they're coming out the scripture. So Christ said he observed the Father. Read that again.
Verse 19. Then answered YASHAYA and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do.
Right. So Christ said, I can't do nothing. I ain't doing my will. I'm doing what the Father said do. I'm observing the Father, and I'm doing what he say do. Go ahead.
For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise.
So what did Christ must do? He must have did what? Observe the Father. So he watched his Father, and he's doing exactly what his Father do. Hallowed be thy name. His character. So this is how Christ walked, and this is how we must walk. This is when we say in the Lord's Prayer. Go ahead. Is that it on that? 19?
Yeah.
Jump to 41 and 43. 41 through 43.
Verse 41. I receive not honor from men.
And see, this is the problem. Call no man elder. Call no man, reverend and rabbi. So Christ is saying like that, I receive not honor from man. And this is what we got to understand. We can't be trying to receive honor from man. That pat on the back. Go ahead.
Verse 42. But I know you, that ye have not the love of AHAYAH in you.
And that's the problem. A lot of brothers don't have the love because they're not walking in the character of Christ. They walk in the character of the elder. That's why Christ said, but I know you, talking about the Pharisees and Sadducees, these leaders. He said, but I know you, that you have not the love of AHAYAH in you. Go ahead.
Verse 43. I am come in my Father's name.
He said, what name he came in?
I am come in my Father's name.
What do the name mean again? Just, what say, authority and what?
Authority and character.
Christ said, I come in the authority of my Father's name. I come in the character, okay, of my Father's name. Read 43 again.
Verse 43. I am come in my Father's name.
Put character there.
I have come in my Father's name, character.
I am come in my Father's character. Because that's what the word name means. Or I am come in my Father's authority. Read.
And ye receive me not.
And you don't receive me. I'm doing exactly like Christ said. I observed what my Father did. I'm doing exactly what he did. What he told me to do. And Christ said, you don't receive me not. Go ahead.
If any other shall come.
If another shall come in his own name. Now another brother come in his own character, his own authority, like people was doing. My pastor said, my deacon said, my mama said, my job said, my boss said. Go ahead.
Him ye will receive.
You'll do exactly what that person say. You'll do exactly what that person. But when somebody tell you, hey brother, we all experience that. Hey, brother, we got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. Nah, we ain't up under that law. My pastor said we ain't got to do this. Paul said we ain't got to do that. Paul never said that, but they'll say that. Okay? They walking in Paul's name. They lying on Paul. But my pastor said I can, as long as I pray over it, I can eat it. Brother, the Bible says you can't do that. Yes, you can. That's why Christ said, I am come in my Father's authority or character, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own authority or character, him ye receive. Him ye will receive. You'll take that. Because why? You're a follower of man. You're not walking in the name of Christ. Hallowed be thy name. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy character. Holy be thy character. That's what hallowed means. Holy be your character. Holy be your authority. This is the problem that we're having today. So when we say the Lord's Prayer, we get an understanding. Now you can understand, like, okay, I got to walk in the character of Christ. And by you walking in the character of Christ, you walk in the character of the Most High. Regardless what name, the biblical name, you call it AHAYAH, YAHWEHSHAY, Yah, all this stuff. Nah, you walk in the character. That's what I always said. You, my brother, like Christ said, who's my mother, who's my brother? One that's doing my Father's will. What's the Father's will? The same thing Christ said. The will of the Father is what? Keeping the commandments. Then Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So Christ walked in the Father's will. We must walk in Christ's character, in his name. By we doing that, we walking in the Father's name. Because Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come to the Father except by me. And that's why Christ said, I'm not here to do mine. I'm doing what the Father say do. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to, let's deal with this kingdom. Go back to Matthew 6 and 10. So now we're going to deal with the kingdom. We're going to get some understanding. That's Matthew 6 and 10. All right, read that.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come.
Now we're going to deal with this. Thy kingdom come. Go ahead.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Right. So now let's deal with this kingdom. Because we say the Lord's Prayer, and this kingdom is not going to come unless. Do you think Esau going to get his kingdom up? And all the nations is going to walk around and say, okay, you can have the kingdom.
No.
You can have this kingdom. Y'all warned, y'all voted it in. Nah, it's war. So when people like, we shouldn't pray for destruction of America or destruction of this world or the powers of this world. Well, when you say the Lord's Prayer, that's what you're praying for.
Yeah.
You're praying that every kingdom that took over another kingdom was bloodshed. It was bloodshed. Believe that. So, brothers and sisters, when you say the Lord's Prayer, you're praying that Christ come, thy kingdom come. Christ, come back and set up your kingdom. Mm-hmm. And this government is not going to give this kingdom by a vote. Okay, it's going to be bloodshed. All right, let's find out what this kingdom is. Hey, turn that light on for me, brother, please. Luke 1 through 30. Yeah, thank you. What we say, Luke what?
Luke 1, verse 30.
30 through 33. Luke 1, verses 30 through 33. Read that. Let's deal with this kingdom.
St. Luke, chapter 1, verse 30. And let me make sure.
Go, that's it.
Yeah, verse 30. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with AHAYAH.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shall call his name YASHAYA.
Go ahead.
Verse 32. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And the Most High Power shall give unto him the throne of his father David.
So anybody that's sitting on the throne, brothers and sisters, have a what? A kingdom. So now we know who our king is over this kingdom that we've been praying, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. So I want to bring you here to show you who's going to be sitting in that kingdom. It ain't going to be King David, like the Messianic, the non-Messianics.
Right.
The non-Messianic brothers be saying. King David going to say, no. The Bible say on this kingdom, Christ's going to be sitting in that throne.
Right. Because he come from the bloodline.
He come from the bloodline, but Christ, but I brought you to show you who's going to be sitting in that throne in that kingdom. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. That's Christ. The same one that Mary, Joseph, son, Jesus Christ, and Mary had him. He's going to be sitting in that throne, in that kingdom. All right, let's keep it moving. That's it, 33. Oh,
yeah, 33.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Verse 33. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever.
Over the house of Israel forever. So we already know who it is. It's Christ. Go ahead.
And of his kingdom.
Of his what?
And of his kingdom there shall be no end.
And Christ, like I said, Christ going to sit in that kingdom. So when we say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Okay, this kingdom going to be forever, and he's going to be the king. It ain't going to be King David. As our brothers be the non-Messianics be saying, oh, King David, that's King David. Yeah. He gonna rule forever and ever. Yeah, right.
No understanding.
No, the lack of understanding.
Yeah.
They harden their heart. That's what it is. But I brought you here to show you that who's going to be sitting in this kingdom when we say the Lord's Prayer. Okay, so know what you're praying for. When you say the Lord's Prayer, I pray that you get some understanding. That's where we're going now.
2 Samuel.
All right. 2 Samuel what?
2 Samuel chapter 5, verses 3 through 5.
Let's see some more on this kingdom. 2 Samuel chapter 5.
Verses 3 through 5.
3 through 5.
All right, I'm here.
All right, go ahead. Read it.
2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 3. So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and King David made a league with them. And hit Hebron before the Most High, and they anointed David king over Israel.
Okay.
Verse 4. David was 30 years old when he began to reign.
Mm-hmm.
And he reigned 40 years.
How long he last?
He reigned 40 years.
40 years, brothers and sisters. That's how long King David lasts. 40 years. But we just read that kingdom, Christ's kingdom, gonna last for how long?
No end.
Forever. So this is not talking about King David.
Right.
For my non-Messianic homeboys. Okay? Hebrews. Okay? Right. King David reigns only for 40 years. Christ, his kingdom gonna be forever. Where we at? Keep reading.
Verse 5. And he reigned over Judah 7 years.
So this king, he only reigned 7 years. Go ahead.
And 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned 30 years and 3 years over all Israel and Judah.
Exactly. So we know who they got a time period on their kingdom. Christ ain't got no time period. It's forever. Now you tell me how long it's forever. This is the kingdom that we're waiting for. This is the kingdom while we here in front of this computer thing trying to get our brothers and sisters, the remnant, to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. So we get to see that kingdom. Go ahead. Where we going?
Daniel chapter 7.
Go ahead. I'll let you flip it, man. Go ahead. You get it.
Okay.
Daniel chapter 7, 13 through 14. So, brothers and sisters, now we know what the kingdom, what it's talking about in the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6. You there yet, brother?
Daniel 7.
Yeah, Daniel chapter 7, verses 13 through 14.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Talking about our Lord and Savior, YASHAYA, the world called Jesus the Christ.
And came to the Ancient of Days.
He came to the Most High, AHAYAH.
And they brought him near before him. Verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom.
And what would they give to Christ?
Kingdom.
They gave Christ, the Most High gave Christ a kingdom. Read.
That all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
That's two witnesses right there. From the new to the old. Now, and also I wanted to bring, I say, all people. And just only Hebrews. Everybody that of white, black, green, yellow, and blue. All people that follow these laws, such commandments. They're all going to worship the Most High and His Son, YASHAYA, the Christ. Only go down to 14.
Okay. Which shall not pass away. And His kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed.
Go ahead. In other words, ain't nobody coming against it. Go to verse 18.
All right.
18 through 27.
Verse 18. Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Who going to take this kingdom? Remember I told you. Esau is not going to give this kingdom up. The saints are going to take the kingdom with Christ. When Christ come back, He'll give us power to take this kingdom. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom.
We're going to possess it for how long?
Forever.
How long?
Even forever and ever.
Exactly. That's the kingdom that when we say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. This is what we're praying right here. Read.
Verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others.
That's talking about the Roman Empire. Right now, America, the latter end of the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake.
Go ahead.
Very great things, whose look was more shout than his fellows.
That's down to verse 20. Where you at now?
Verse 21.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints.
Who's making war with it? The same horn. Talking about this fourth kingdom is going to make war with us. The ones that's doing their best to keep their laws, these laws, statutes, commandments. It's coming, brothers and sisters. What y'all fail to realize is that the Pope, okay, he going around making deals with all these nations. A lot of you don't know that. Remember the Protestants, or the Protestants always went against the Catholics? No, that's going to end. They making a deal. October 31st. The Reformation, whatever they call it, it comes to an end. October 31st, year 2017. In other words, the Pope is joining hands. He already got the military. Now he's getting the religion back together. The religion power. And once he do that, he's making war with the saints. Who is the saints? The ones that's keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. Go ahead.
Verse 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints. And prevailed against them.
And they're going to prevail against us. Go ahead.
Verse 22. Until the Ancient of Days came.
Until the who came?
And, Shalaki, verse 22. Until the Ancient of Days came.
That's talking about Christ. Because there's no time period on Christ. Okay? Christ and the Most High is the same. He come in his Father's name. Okay? Until Christ come. Remember, Christ said, if it was possible they'd deceive the very elect, it would not be no souls left. No flesh to be left. If he let, because they're going to destroy us. He said some of you are going to be thrown in prison. Some of you are going to die. And so on and so forth. So Christ's going to intervene on that. Because believe me, the Roman Empire, which is the so-called Catholic Church, they gathering their people together. It's going to be against the law to read this. Remember the Bible says it's going to be a famine of his word? It's going to be against the law. Just look around. Look at the laws they passing. They got them a lot in, I think, in Russia. They kicked the Jehovah wickedness out of there. In some of these countries, you can't even preach the Bible. It's getting harder and harder. But while Hebrews is over here fighting among each other, talking about what name he is and what camp you from, the Pope is in the background doing what he's going to do. Read.
Verse 22. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High.
That's when we're going to get our power. Go ahead.
And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
And there's going to come a time when we're going to get the kingdom. Was that 27?
I'm on 22.
Keep going.
Verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom.
The fourth beast is going to be the fourth kingdom. We're in the fourth kingdom right now. Go ahead.
Upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
This beast right here, the Roman Empire, is not like the Babylonians. They're not like the Persian, the Medes. They're not like the Greek. They're totally different. They adopted everything from these three kingdoms. Now he's the fourth. That's why you just look at the buildings. Look at their religion. You know what I'm saying? They got Egypt. They got the Greeks, some Greeks. They doing something, the religion on the Babylonians. You know what I'm saying? They take some things from the Persian and Medes. But they're a powerful kingdom. This fourth beast. Go ahead.
And shall devour the whole earth.
And who's running the whole earth? This fourth beast, which is called who? The Roman Empire, America. Also, Britain. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of them. Go ahead.
Shall devour the whole earth. And shall tread it down.
And it's treaded down. Go ahead.
And break it in pieces.
And it is broken pieces. Ain't nothing right in America.
Nothing.
In this world. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise.
Go ahead.
After them. And he shall be diverse from the first.
Go ahead.
And he shall subdue 3 kings.
And he have taken down all these other kings. Ain't nobody can stand up against America. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He do speak great words against the Most High. In this kingdom, he speak great words against the Most High. The Pope called himself the Pontius Pilate. You know what I'm saying? The number one. Christ is a Caucasian man. Okay? The Jews are white. Angels are little white babies. You ain't got to keep the law. Homosexuality is the law now. Marriage is between a man and a man. He's speaking great things against what? The Most High. The Most High what? Character. Go ahead.
Verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and shall wear out the saints.
And guess what? He's wearing out the saints. A lot of you brothers and sisters watching this here, they're going to start passing more laws and more laws. They're going to wear you out. Man, it's got to be right. You know, Billy and Bob don't mess with them. I don't see nothing wrong with them getting married. Susie and Kathy, I don't see nothing wrong with that. So this is wearing you out, just beating you down with his laws. Okay? And you start accepting it. You say, man, I'm tired. I'm just going to go with the 99%. The Most High, the remnant, is just 1%. Many are called, few are chosen. Go ahead.
All right, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And think to change times and laws.
Well, we already know that. Like I say, it's all right for two men to get married. The time, you said this is 2017. We know it's not. The law, come on, we see this. I ain't got to go step by step and let you guys see this here. Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume.
Just stay right there. The Most High going to take away this dominion, this kingdom. Go ahead.
To consume and to destroy it unto the end.
It's going to be destroyed. Is that 27?
No.
Go ahead.
Last verse. Verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
The what? The kingdom. This is what we're talking about. The kingdom. This is what we wait for when we say the Lord's Prayer. Go ahead.
Under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Exactly. That's what we all waiting for. So when I say this prayer at nighttime, I know exactly what it means. I know exactly what I'm praying. This is why Christ told us to pray it. Because we're waiting for this kingdom. He's going to be given to the saints. Go ahead.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
Everlasting kingdom. I'm not going to sell it for chicken change. I ain't going to let this devil just wear me down. I'm going to stay focused on these scripts. Go ahead.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
All the powers is going to serve and they're going to obey Christ. What do you mean obey Christ? Obey his laws, his statutes, and his commandments. That's why we say, thy kingdom come on heaven. Come down on heaven come down to earth as it is in heaven. We want a righteous kingdom. And this is a righteous kingdom. Let's go to Revelations, brother, chapter 1, 5 through 8.
All right, the book
We're still talking about the kingdom. Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 1, verse 5. And from YASHAYA Christ, who is the faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead.
Go ahead.
And the prince of the kings of the earth.
He's the prince. He's the king of kings. Go ahead.
Unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And hath made us kings and priests unto AHAYAH and his Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. So be it.
And that's what it's talking about. That's only body you give your praises to Christ. Only body. The one that will run this kingdom. Go down and keep reading.
Yeah. Verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
Who's coming with clouds? Christ is coming with clouds. Go ahead.
And every eye shall see him.
And you're going to see him. We ain't talking about the Blue Beam Project. Okay? You're going to know when Christ comes. Go ahead.
And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
They're gonna be like, oh my God. Now they telling us UFOs and aliens and stuff. No, people gonna be worried when Christ comes. He gonna have the grand entry. Go ahead.
Even so be it. Verse 8. I am Alpha and Omega.
He's the beginning and the end. Go ahead.
The beginning and the ending.
Go ahead.
Saith the Most High. Which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty.
You got it now. Now we know who's in power. We know who's going to be running this kingdom. He was here. He's the beginning, he's the Alpha, and he's the Omega. The beginning and the end. And its kingdom that's coming is for us if we endure unto the end. Okay, so I'm gonna just do earth. I want to do no. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah because, like I said earlier, this kingdom is not going to be just given to us. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Believe that.
Because we just read in Daniel, it said the saints are going to be worn out.
It's going to be worn out. Well, it's going to be
Just
worn
listen to
out.
the word.
It's going to be worn out due to the fact that you got there.
You said Zechariah 28.
Yeah. It's going to be worn out due to the fact that we are being down by all these laws that they passing. It ain't because we fighting. It ain't because we fighting against the man or the sister, because we can't fight against him. We worn out because, man, everybody else is doing it. Everybody is doing it. I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired. That's why I constantly tell brothers and sisters, do what? Walk in the spirit. Walk in the spirit. And you will deny the lust of the flesh. And no one said it was going to be easy. You got it, brother?
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1.
1 through 5.
Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided
Go ahead.
in the midst of thee.
Right.
Verse 2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle.
Wow. What we call that? That's why you think all these nations is going to Jerusalem. Huh? The Most High, he gonna have, what do we call that? Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon.
Okay? All the nations going to be right there in Jerusalem fighting. Go ahead.
Gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses ravaged, and the women ravaged, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity.
Go ahead. That happened in 70 AD, brothers and sisters. Also, this is a 2-part prophecy. Go ahead.
And the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations.
Now, stop right there. That's why I say it's a dual prophecy. Because it happened in 70 AD, it's going to happen again. It's called Armageddon. Okay? And Christ's going to come and he's going to fight against those nations. That's what the Bible says. He's going to plead with them. He ain't pleading with them like, come on, guys, let my people go. No, he's going to kill them. It's going to be blood up to the horse's bridle. You can tie all these scriptures in together. Go ahead.
All right, verse 3. Then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations.
That's talking about Christ. Go ahead.
As when he fought in the day of battle. Verse 4. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives.
So that's showing you that it's Christ. Showing you that it's going to be blood to the horse's bridle. So Christ is going to deliver us for this kingdom that we want. And then once Christ come and give us power, when he come back with all them angels and he gives his saints power, we're going to be right there with him. But Christ said he's going to tread the blood. He's going to tread the grapevine by himself. By himself. He's going to handle these people. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a fight to get this kingdom. Read.
Verse 4. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east.
Showing you this in the Middle East. Go ahead.
And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west.
Go ahead.
And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it and half of it toward the south.
That's verse 5?
No, this is verse 5 right here.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel. Yea, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Most High, my power, shall come, and all the saints with thee.
See, I remember I told you, Christ's going to come, and the saints going to come with Christ. Jump down to verse 9.
Verse 9. And the Most High shall be king over all the earth.
No, David going to be king.
And the Most High shall be king over all the earth.
Go ahead.
In that day shall there be one, the Most High and his name one.
Exactly. Now we're all going to be together with Christ. That's Christ right there, brother. Okay? Yeah. We're all going to be one with Christ. The one that's walking in his character, in this kingdom. Is that it?
Yeah. You said
verse 9. Yeah, 9. That's it. All right, let's jump down to Revelations 5, 9 through 14. Revelation chapter 5. We're going to read 5, 9 through 14.
Revelations chapter 5, verse 19.
No. Revelations chapter 5, verse 9 through 14.
All right, so like
That's okay.
Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof.
Mm-hmm.
For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to AHAYAH by thy blood out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation.
That wasn't King David. We're still talking about the kingdom. That was Christ. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. And hast made us unto our power, kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
Go ahead. In that kingdom, the remnant, the people that's keeping the law, such commandments to the best of their ability, we're going to reign on earth forever. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power, and riches, and wisdom, and strength, and honor, and glory, and blessing.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. And every creature which is in heaven, and on the earth, and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, Blessings and honor, and glory, and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb, forever and ever.
Who is that? Is that Christ or David?
That's Christ.
And who can be sitting on that throne in that kingdom? Ooh, Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the four beasts said, So be it. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him, and liveth forever and ever.
Brother, this is what we got coming to the kingdom. Our Lord and Savior YASHAYA, which the world called Jesus Christ. Okay? This is that kingdom we pray when we say the Lord's Prayer. And I could have went more scriptures on the kingdom, but it's just straight, pretty much going for the juggler. Okay? Letting you know who gonna be in that kingdom. Okay? Who's gonna be in that kingdom? Who's ruling that kingdom? And what you got to do to get into that kingdom. You got to walk in the character of Christ, in his name. Hallowed be his name. So we just covered his name and the kingdom. Now let's do earth. Earth going to be the last one. And I'm going to do a part 2 on this here. Matter of fact, let me see here. Yeah, let's do earth, the last one. This is a long lesson here. Let's do earth. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 6 and 10.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
So we just deal with the name. Now we just finished with the kingdom. Now let's deal with the earth. Go to Ezekiel 28. And we're going to read 14 through 18. We're dealing with the earth now. Ezekiel chapter 28, 14 through 18.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 14. Thou art the anointed cherubim that covered, and I have set thee, so thou wast a...
Read that again, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 14. Thou art the anointed cherubim that covereth, and I have set thee, so...
Go ahead.
Thou wast upon the holy mountain of AHAYAH. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
This is talking about Satan. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created till iniquity was found in thee.
It's talking about Satan, how he used to walk up and down in the earth. He was perfect. Most High made him perfect in all his ways. And to sin, iniquity of sin was found in him. Read.
Verse 16. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst. They have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore, I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of AHAYAH.
No, that's he kicked him out of the heavens. He was found with sin in him. He was made perfect. The Most High kicked him out of heaven, out of the mountain of hell. That's why Satan said he always want to go back. He hated down here. This is like the third world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the third world. Like he living like homeless people down here.
Mm-hmm.
He had everything up in the heavens. But now it's promised to us, brothers and sisters. But we're just dealing with the earth. When we get to the kingdom, we're going to have everything in this kingdom here on earth. That's why he say going to make a new heaven, a new earth. We're going to have everything. Satan had everything. Mm-hmm. Now he's down here with us. Read.
And I will destroy thee, O covering cherubim, from the midst of the stones of fire.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty.
You know, Satan thought he was all that in a bag of chips. He had it going on. In other words, showing you that he had free will. He thought he was all that. Oh man, I'm the man. Mm-hmm. He right there. He covered with the Most High. He was right there. Read.
Thou hast corrupt thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground.
Where the ground at? Earth. Read.
I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thy iniquities, by the iniquity of thy trifnic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth.
Where?
I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth.
That's why he's showing you Satan is down here with us. Remember, we're dealing with the earth in the Lord's Prayer. You just got to deal with the kingdom. Go ahead.
In the sight of all them that behold thee.
Right. So we'll show you that. I just brought you here to show you that Satan is down here on this earth. Mm-hmm. That's why we say, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Because Satan is down here. That's why the Bible says, woe unto the inhabitants of earth. Mm-hmm. Satan have come down there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we're asking the Most High to what? Redo this thing. Let your power come on this earth, this new heaven and earth that you're going to make. And the rules, let your power come down here and let us rule. Let us follow your rules now. Because right now, we following who rules? Well, most of y'all out there, they don't have, especially the churches, don't want nothing to do with the commandments. They follow the rules of Satan. Okay, we're trying our best to keep the law, such commandments of the Most High. So we get this new kingdom and this new earth. And Satan going to be nowhere. And then we're going to be looking at Satan down in the lake of fire. Look at him. Look at him. That's why he's talking about bring you down before kings. So we're going to be looking at him. Look at such and such. They didn't want to follow the commandments. Look at pork chop such and such. Oh, look at that elder. Remember that elder? He used to be, yeah, look at him. He was duking the people about the Pharisees and Sadducees that we read earlier. So the Most High letting us know who's down here. That's why we read earlier what? You know what I'm saying? He gonna try to change times and laws. Mm-hmm. He gonna speak blasphemy against the Most High. Why he's doing these things? Why the preachers is doing these things? Why your elders is doing these things? Why the Pope is doing these things? Because Satan is running this program. That's why the Bible say the world is given to the hands of the wicked. So now we know who's the corporate of all this here. It's Satan. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go to where we at? Revelations 12. That was it on that. Down that's 18. Revelations 12. So, brothers and sisters, I pray that you follow along and get some understanding, and let you know what we're dealing with when we say the Lord's Prayer. Revelations 12, verse 7 through 9, brother.
Mm-hmm. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and the angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels.
We just got through reading how the Most High kicked Satan out. You think Satan said, well, okay, I'm just going to leave. All right, I got to go. I get an eviction. I'm leaving. No. Satan didn't want to leave. Michael and his angels had to fight against Satan. Mm-hmm. He had to fight, just like I said earlier. Esau's not going to give his kingdom up. Mm-hmm. Satan just lost that. You think he want to lose this down here? And he's running the world just the way he want to run it. He let homosexuality run wild. Pork is the other white meat. Crabs, you get that. Red lobster for expensive.
And abominable houses.
Abominable houses. You got whores that's legal. Everything is, he's loving it. So as he got kicked out of heaven, he had to fight a fight. He fought a fight because he didn't want to get kicked out. When Christ come back, he going to fight against Christ too. But guess what? We win at the end. Read.
Verse 8. And prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
He got to go. You got your butt whooped. You broke the law, such commandments of the Most High. When you had everything up there, now you want to fight. Now you got whipped. Well, he got to go somewhere. Read.
Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
Where he was doing what?
Verse 9. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
Go ahead.
Called the devil.
So he was cast out of heaven, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
And Satan, which deceived the whole world.
He deceived the whole world. How you know you deceived if you never open this book? We know a whole lot of Christian people out there is deceived because they tell you got to follow the law, such commandments. It's what my heart feel. You know what I'm saying? My pastor said. My elder said. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Deceived the whole earth.
Uh-huh.
Deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth.
Showing you that he was cast out into this earth. Go ahead.
And his angels were cast out with him.
So also you got the angels is cast out with him. Because he took 1/3 of the angels with him. He deceived them. Satan ain't no little punk, should I say. He know this Bible back and forth. He seen Adam made. He was there before man. He know what time it is. But you got people think they slicker than snot. Thinking that, I can just get over it on Satan.
Right.
Nah. You cannot get over on Satan unless you're walking in the spirit of the Most High and his precious Son Christ. That's why the Bible says he deceived the whole world. Because people really think they're doing the right thing. Because they don't want to crack this book up and find out what's going on. Read that again, brother, please.
Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
Go ahead.
Called the devil. And Satan.
Go ahead.
Which deceived the whole world.
He deceived the whole world. He don't care nothing about the Most High creation. Go ahead.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the powers of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, day and night.
This is what Satan used to do. Okay? He used to go down, up and down. That's why Christ in the book of Job, where you coming from, going to and fro on the earth? Right. He's over there like, hey, look at Ibar. Why you don't send a death decree out to him? You don't allow me back up in the kingdom.
Right.
You kicked me in my head. We broke the laws up in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You cast us out, but look at Ibar and Gabar. And you. Day and night, he was accusing us. He can't do that no more. He can't go up there no more. He's down here. Mad. Read.
Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
That's the only way. The only way we're going to overcome Satan. By the blood of YASHAYA. Not King David. Of YASHAYA. The Christ. Which the world called Jesus the Christ. Go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony.
By the word of their testimony. Go ahead.
And they loved not their lives unto the death.
We don't care about death. Death is a graduation, brothers and sisters. This is the attitude we got to have if we want to inherit this new earth. Remember we read the Lord's Prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, his character, authority. Thy kingdom come. Okay? His power, his rulership. Kingdom just means rulership. His rulership come on earth. That's what we're dealing with. As it is in heaven. And we know what it's like in heaven. So we're dealing with a power that knows all these things. So death to us. Read that again, brother. Read that again.
Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
Overcame who? Satan, the one that was cast down by the blood of Christ. Go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony.
And by the word of their testimony, because they got the testimony through here. Go ahead.
And they love not their lives unto death.
We don't live our lives to death. That's why Christ said, if you follow me, pick up your cross and follow me. You put anything before me, you're not worthy of being my disciple. So you got to love your life unto death. And your life don't belong to you no more once you got baptized. It belongs to Christ because he paid the price. It don't belong to your reverend, your deacon, your elder, your pastor, your rabbi. Okay? Because there's only one rabbi. There's only one reverend. And that's Christ. So you got to love this unto death. This is why the Bible tells us, it's he that endure unto the end, the same should be saved. In Matthew, 24 and 13. Okay? You got to love it unto death. Read.
Verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Read it. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and they that dwell in them. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Destruction unto the people on earth. Who stay on earth?
Me.
Human.
Yeah.
Humans. Us. So the Bible is telling us destruction unto the inhabitants of earth. Read.
And of the sea.
And of the sea. You can't run from the devil. He's everywhere. The world is given to the hands of the wicked. Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you.
Remember, he came down. He got to come down. So where? He came down from heaven. He's cast down. Michael and his angels fought. Boom, he got cast out. So now the scriptures tell us, woe to us. Why do you think the Bible is saying woe to us? That's the question. Why? Because the devil knows, like I said, he's seen Adam being created. He know everything. In other words, the big trickster is coming down. He finna trick you. That's why he say he deceived the whole world. Read.
Having great wrath.
Wrath. You know what wrath is? He's mad. He's pissed off.
Got his butt whooped.
He got his butt whooped. He lost where he was at. Like I say, he don't want to be down here. But guess who he's down here with? The ones that's made in the Most High image. He's made, remember in the book of Genesis, Most High said everything he made was good. So that's why he's destroying the water. He's destroying the air. He turned the man into a woman into a man. The food is bad. He destroyed everything. You know what I'm saying? The animals. So that's why the Bible said but he really wants you. He really wants you. He really wants me.
We're like trophies.
Yeah. He wants, you know what? Killing one of us and destroying one of us is taking part of the Most High. Because remember who blew the breath in Adam? Not the devil. The Most High said he blew the breath of life into Adam. So if he can have company in the lake, okay, he got part of the Most High there. Now he's like, look, see, your creation, the ones you made in the image of you, they with me. They messed up. You ain't give no chance. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them a second chance. You can give up me and my angels no second chance. You read in the book of Enoch about that. How the angel was telling Enoch, go and make, sanctions to the Most High for me. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So he's pissed off. Read that again, just that part.
All right. Verse 12.
Read from the top.
Verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
Is that it on that?
Let me make sure.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
So, woe to us, destruction to us, especially you ones who are trying to keep the commandments. The one you think you're just going to get there on love, 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 your feelings, your emotions. You need to read Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Okay? Not everybody say, Lord, Lord, going to get into the kingdom. You need to read that one. So it's not about your emotions and what you went out there and fed the cat and the dog and helped the seal. The devil don't give a 2 cents about that.
Right.
If you ain't walking with Christ and walking in his character, and what's his character is the law, statutes, commandments, the will of the Father. You can read that in John 6 and 40. If you ain't walking in that, you're not walking in the name. You ain't getting that kingdom we talking about going to last forever. And you're not going to get that heaven or the earth. All right, let's keep it moving. Where we at? Revelation 14, 14 through 20. A couple of pages over.
Verse 14. The book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 14.
14 down to what? 20. Read that.
Verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man.
YASHAYA, Christ.
Having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice of him that sat on the cloud, thrust
with and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. Go ahead.
Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Now, this going back here to, we read about the tares and the wheat. Let's see, we go down there and separate the tares from the wheat. And in doing so, that's the angel's job. Right. This is the precept with that. So it's the angel's job to say, you know what? You black. What's your daddy, boy? You from the tribe of Judah. Oh, you know what? You Esau. No. That's the angel's job to do that. Okay, that's just a side note. That's the angel's job. They're the reapers. So this is Christ saying, throw your sickle down. It's time to reap now. Read.
Verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Verse 17. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire.
Wow.
And cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe.
Remember the Most High say he promised that he's not going to destroy the earth with water? Is this time going to be with what? With fire? That's the angel throwing in his, with fire. But before that, he said what? Gather what? The people. He said gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully reaped. Talking about the people that's been sealed. That 144,000. The people that are trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of the ability. It's keeping their eye on Christ, and not on their reverend, they rabbi, and they deacons, and they preachers. So everything is in time. So when all this stuff comes down, we're going to be sealed by the angels. Okay? That's why, hold on. Don't do it yet. We ain't sealed them all yet.
Right.
But now at this point, hey, throw them in there. Throw them in there. It's time to reap them now. That's why the Most High say this earth is going to be destroyed with fire. Read.
Verse 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of AHAYAH.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
That's how much blood is going to be on this earth.
Ooh.
That's how much blood is going to be on this earth. That's why we said. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's when we say the Lord's Prayer. Thy kingdom come on earth as in heaven. Because this earth here, where we at right now, is nothing. Remember who's down here. Who's running this show? Satan. So all this. So we need a new heaven and a new earth. Okay? All right, where we at? Joel. That's the last one for the day. This is our last scripture. And then we're going to pick it up next week. We're going to do another video. Like I said, this is a long lesson. Joel chapter 3, 1 through 17, brother.
Where's that little book?
Here we go.
Here.
You got it?
Yeah. Joel chapter 3, verse 1.
It's Joel 3, 1 through 17, brother.
All right. Joel chapter 3, verse 1.
Now, remember, we're dealing with the earth, according to the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, your character. thy will be done on, and hallowed be thy name. I'm messing up the Lord's Prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So right now we're dealing with the earth. We already deal with the name. We deal with the kingdom. Now we're dealing with the earth. While we asking him, you know what I'm saying? We want his kingdom come here on earth as it is in heaven. Peace on earth, as we all want. Well, at least we say we want that. But now we're just dealing with the earth. Go ahead. This is our last scripture for the night too, brother. Read that.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days.
In what days?
In those days.
Uh-huh.
And in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Right. So these are the last days. The Most High, he's going to bring the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Not man going to do this here. The Most High going to do this. Christ and the angels. He's going to gather us together. You can't run nowhere to get this salvation. Read.
Verse 2.
What's Salakia? Because all this is coming upon earth. Mm-hmm. What part of, I mean, remember, say, and you can't run to the sea. Yeah. Remember, the scriptures say, woe unto the inhabitants of earth and the sea. The devil had come down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's pissed off. He's angry. He got a lot of wrath. So, ain't no man going to deliver you. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you run to the Atlantic Ocean, you got a big yacht out there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to build a spaceship to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Right. And, you know, you go to the bottom of the sea. You go to the far corners of the earth where no man never dwelt. Satan run all that. Mm-hmm. Read that again.
Verse 4. I mean, Shalaki. Verse chapter
1.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
We read about that. We call it Armageddon. When we talk about, you know, Christ's going to gather them all in Jerusalem. That's in the Middle East. Go ahead.
And will plead with them.
He ain't talking about, hey, come on, guys. Can y'all just let Israel go? Can we just, you know, the United Nations and this and that, can we just, you know, get along? Like Rodney King, can we all just get along? He ain't talking about that type of plead. Read.
Therefore my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So we know he ain't talking about, we talking about this earth. We know he ain't talking about this Jews over there because they parting the land. The Palestinians and the Jews, you know what I'm saying? They fighting over that land. And that land is parting. Because we got it from what? Judah to the, from Israel to the Euphrates. And they still parting that land. Palestine's got one part. So-called Jewish is Israelis got another part. So the Most High say he's going to plead with them for his people. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
They did that during slavery time. They still doing it now. It's called the agencies today. Okay? Bring me a couple of these niggas, you know, working my factory. We ain't going to give them 40 hours, but I pay them $15 an hour. I give you $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You give them 13, minimum wages. Right. That's the same thing is going on right now. Same thing was doing in slavery. Cast lots for us. Go ahead.
And have given a boy for an harlot. And sold a girl for wine. That they might drink.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense?
Will you repent? Will you pay me back? All the stuff these nations done to us here on this earth, to the Most High people. Most High said, "Oh, you gonna pay me back?" Go ahead.
And if ye recompense me swiftly,
if you do it quickly, if you pay me back quickly, go ahead.
And speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
When they destroyed us in 70 AD, we had gold, we had treasure. Holy vessels belong to the Most High. Now the Vatican got them. Some of the people in Russia got them. And they museums. Okay? Read.
Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Right, and they did. They brought us over here in captivity. This is what the nations did here on this earth. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
In the four corners of this earth. Go ahead.
And I will return your recompense upon your own head.
Your payback, the Most High said he can return that. Their payback upon your own head. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of thy children of Judah.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall sell them to the Sabidians, to a people far off, for the Most High has spoken it.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
So this is what we're supposed to proclaim to all the nations. This is what's going to happen. War is coming on this earth.
Yeah.
How you guys treated the Most High people. How you took his gold out of his temple. And you want to change times and laws. Mm-hmm. How you treat his people. We're not blaming the nations for what happened to us. It's totally our forefathers' fault. And our fault today. For breaking his laws, such commandments. But it's what they're doing beyond the call of duty. They went beyond the call of duty. We knew we was going to captivity in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We knew that.
Right.
But the nations, they went beyond the call of duty. Nah, we just going to say, you're not the Jews. You're not Israel. Mm-hmm. Okay? You're nothing. We is all that. And they treated us bad.
Like so, Obadiah.
Yeah. So they went beyond the call of duty. Mm-hmm. So this is what it's about. It's not about, hate the white man, hate the Mexican man, hate this man, the Iranian man. No. We made our bed hard and laid in it on this earth. They making their bed hard and they gonna lay in it in the lake of fire. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your
pruning
hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right. So in other words, you guys get all together. Get your mighty mans together. Make weapons. Mm-hmm. This is what he's telling you. Make weapons. Because you know what? I'm finna bring you your hat for my people's sake on this earth. But remember, brothers and sisters, it's Satan. Just like the Most High got us working for him, the righteous power, someone took that contract with Satan and his people. Mm-hmm. That's why the Bible says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. Okay? Someone took that contract and they're going to fight against the saints, as we read tonight, on this earth. Read.
Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about thither, 'cause thy mighty ones to come down, O the Most High.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
In other words, get all your people, because you're going to need them. You're going to need them. Go ahead.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about.
Who's going to judge them?
The Most High.
Not us. The Most High going to judge them. Round about. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Didn't we just read about the harvest? Mm-hmm. When the angel said, throw it down, the harvest is ripe. Go ahead.
Come, come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
In other words, the Most High just wait for that time to come where he's going to do all this here because the wickedness is great on this earth. That's now we understand. Mm-hmm. We need to let our Father which art there, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come on earth. Why? Because it's wickedness on this earth. It's great. So the Most High is gathering all these people together on this earth where the devil was thrown down to. This is the final show, brothers and sisters, on this earth. So I don't want y'all to lose focus. This is why the Most High tell us this. Christ told us to say the Lord's Prayer. Okay? So we got to constantly pray this prayer so all this can take place. It ain't voting for rights here on this earth as Black Lives Matter do. We want equal rights. No, that's not the answer. Right. We must pray that prayer. So all these things that's happening in this earth, so all this is going to be the final thing here. It's the judgment day for all these nations. Don't get caught up. Remember, he say, we read earlier that some of our hearts going to grow cold. They're going to get soft. The saints they're going to wear out the saints. You know what I'm saying? So don't get wore out during this time, because we're going to get this new earth that we've been praying for.
Right.
We're going to get that at this kingdom, his power coming to this kingdom on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
So the Most High is letting us know what's going down right here. This is it, right here. Don't give up now. Read that again, brother.
Verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision.
That's where the valley of Josephus, Jehoshaphat. That's the valley of decision. You're going to make your mind up what you're going to do. You're going to fight. Talking about the heathen. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord, for the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
There's going to be a dark day. Everybody turn their waiting for the Most High and Christ come back. It's going to be a dreadful day. Go ahead.
Verse 16. The Most High also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
And the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Most High will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Most High your power.
I am the Most High your power. AHAYAH. Okay? I mean, he exists. You see, so you should know that I exist, the Lord your power. Go ahead.
Dwelling in Zion.
He dwell in Zion. Go ahead.
My holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
In other words, it could be no more war on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I pray, like I said, I'm gonna do a part 2 on this here to deal with the what am we be dealing with? The bread, our daily bread, forgiveness, and lead us not into temptation, and forever. So I do a part 2 on that. But I pray that when you guys say the Lord's Prayer from here on out, you understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. You're praying for destruction of this kingdom that we call America, or powers that be, I should say. The world. We're praying for, when we say the Lord's Prayer, we're praying for the end of this system. Mm-hmm. You know, all kingdoms, not only America, Russia, China, all that. That's what we're praying for. So don't be out there trying to march and get equal justice here in this kingdom, because this is not our kingdom. We just told you what our kingdom is. Right. Our kingdom is going to last forever and ever. Okay? So I pray that y'all got some understanding on this beautiful Shabbat. Well, Shabbat is going down here in California. I'm pretty sure if it's going on in California, it's sure down in the Middle East and everywhere else. But, like I said, I pray that you guys got some understanding. And if you got any questions, go to the Gathering of the Elect. Our phone numbers is there. Give us a call. I'll be more than happy to, go into further details with you. Also, Deacon Ibod. Mm-hmm. And we pray that we get back with you guys soon. I mean, we haven't did a class in a while. We haven't did a class in a while, but that's for other reasons. And the class is going to get shorter and shorter because we know the time is coming. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I encourage you, brothers and sisters, to start looking into other things, meaning outside the politics. You know what I'm saying? The policy, what's going on the outside. Mm-hmm. Prepare your soul, your heart, your mind, you know what I'm saying, for what's coming down the pipeline. Mm-hmm. Because like I say, he's not going to get his kingdom up for just like here.
Yeah, take it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the Christ said he's going to all right to the Middle East, the valley of Jehoshaphat. And he's going to plead with them. He's going to fight. That's why I say turn your make weapons. Yeah. Bring your weak. Let your weak say strong. Right. So the man, Satan, no. That's who we fighting against. Satan and his wicked angels. And believe me, he got people out there that's on his side. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna come and do his handiwork. And it's gonna come against the people that's keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. So if you're not prepared in your mind to go through it, you're not going to endure until the end. Mm-hmm. That's why he say they love their life until how long?
Until death.
Until death. Mm-hmm. Okay? You got to love this life. When you say Lord, you got to love that life unto death. Because the Bible said, don't be afraid of the one can hurt your body.
Yeah.
But be afraid of the one can hurt your body and your soul. Mm-hmm. So I pray that you got some understanding this evening. And you got anything you want to say, brother?
Israel, be strong. And like Elder said, we in the last days, so prepare yourselves. Be ready. Study. Get into this word. And prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically.
And stop looking at what other people is doing. I'm talking about within your Hebrew community or outside. Stay focused on what you have to do. Because we always say, you're not going to the kingdom on a buddy system. Mm-hmm. Okay? And look and see what's going on in politics. And see how the Pope is making his moves.
Right.
While people is fighting among the names and what camp you from and this and that. Nah, don't get caught in that. Okay? The Bible say, be as wise as serpents and harmless as doves. I send you out as sheeps among wolves. Mm-hmm. Okay? We just sheeps. This is not our fight. Christ wanted to fight for it. He's going to fight for us until we get the power. There's wolves out there. Protect yourself and your family to the best of your ability. With that, I'm Brother Gabar, a.k.a. Elder Gabar.
I'm Brother Ibad, a.k.a. Deacon Ibad.
We're going to say shalom to my brothers and sisters, and peace be upon you all.
Shalom.